little sugar boogers, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys my cast lighting and setup, since I get a ton of questions from you guys on how I went from 2 display columns to 4, and also my lighting and background shindig for taking photos and whatnot. So if it's not immediately obvious on how I went from this to this, I'll explain. So my background is white, and this just makes things a lot easier in Photoshop and when you're making icons and edits and thumbnails and all that jazz. And then also just kind of filtering through your items, I went from 2 columns to 4, although you can do 3 if you wish. So in this video I will show you guys how to install those mods and also where to find them. So let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so to go ahead and expand your columns from 2 to 3 or even 4, you're gonna go to Mod the Sims, and I will have the link down below. And like I said, there are 2 different flavors you can choose from. Now this gets a little confusing, so just go all the way down to the bottom to the latest states. And like I said, you can either expand it to 3 columns or 4. I personally like 4. I feel like I can see all of my stuff a lot quicker, a lot faster, and a lot neater. Once you have made your selection, you're just going to go ahead and click the link and it will take you to your download. Alright, so once we have that, we're actually going to go to Lumia's lair for the cast lighting overhaul. So over here you can see basically what each cast override looks like. So this is the default cast lighting, basically pretty much what your game comes vanilla with. And then we have a natural spotlight. Then we have what I use, which is the render lighting, which is similar to what EA uses when it comes to their renders and, you know, all that kind of fun stuff. And then overexposed lighting. So it just kind of depends on what you're looking for, and down below it will also tell you what each one does and how it affects the picture and just all that kind of stuff. So here's just more examples and photos and whatever. And it says, say goodbye to those pesky blue and green lights. So I guess there's like this pesky blue and green kind of hue, as you guys can see, like right along here, that kind of shows up. That is no more. This is definitely an issue when you're trying to crop out your sim, or you want to put them in some sort of like green screen. This definitely is super duper helpful. It's all in the details, people, all in the details. So over here you have the default cast lighting, which you can pick basically if you wanted to. It does get rid of the blue and green black lights. But everything else just kind of looks pretty much the same in-game, you know, just minus the few little details. Then we have natural spotlight, which has some bright lighting, some sources at equal distance and intensity, ideal for cast screenshot use. So, and it also removes the blue and the green and lights. And here is what I use. I use the lighting similar to EA renders, ideal for producing render-like cast screenshots, and removes the blue and green backlights. Finally, we have overexposed, which is a lot of people these days. No, I'm just playing. Super bright flashing light, ideal for glamour shots with a little bit of editing, removes the black and green backlights. Please note that white clothing may appear extremely bright with this variation, hence why I don't use that, because I still like to use white clothing or have lighter sims every now and again. Okay, so once you have that, that basically changes the lighting, right? It doesn't change the actual background, you know, the part that's blue and green. It just makes your sim look different. If you want the white background like I have, which makes cropping so easy in Photoshop or GIMP or any type of, you know, aftermarket photo, you know, editor that you use, definitely get this guy. This is the white cast background plus shadow enabler. Alrighty, so once you've gone ahead and chosen what you would like to install into your game, this window will pop up and it will take you to a Sims file. I think it's simsfile.share.net or something like that. And there may or may not be another button that you have to click to download it. Mine's just being silly right now and automatically downloads to my downloads folder, but for the sake of this tutorial, I have everything going into my desktop. So for the columns modification, it is a packaged zip file. So depending on what kind of system you have, you may or may not need a program that specifically opens packaged zip files, which in this case, I'm using Renoir. So with that, all that you're going to do is go ahead and select the items you'd like to install. I am picking both of these files, and then I am opening up my Sims folder, and mine's located at this PC, Documents, Electronic Arts, The Sims 4, and then all you're you're going to do is hit mods. Now you're probably wondering, holy guacamole, what the hell is all this? These are subfolders. This is what I use to keep everything kind of organized and just really easy to find. In order to create a new file, all you do is click new folder, and then you can rename it to whatever your heart desires. For the sake of organizing my CAS, I guess, modifications, I have a folder specifically designated to CAS mods. And all that I'm going to do is go back to my file and drag and drop, and voila, we now have 4 columns instead of 2 installed into our game. All right, so to get the other files, or the other ones that we were installing or whatever, I don't even know anymore. All that I'm going to do is go ahead and drag and drop both of these files. They don't need to be unpackaged or unzipped or anything like that. And I'm going to go back to the same folder I installed my columns mod at and drag and drop. And once you've done all of those steps, just make sure under game options other that you have enable custom content and mods, as well as script mods allowed. Apply the changes, restart your game, and then your CAS should look exactly like mine. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a big fat thumbs up. All the links and everything I talked about will be in the description down below where the sun does not shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.